The image of negative 2 and negative 5 under this identified rotation would actually be on the terminal side of the angle, or specifically central angle. The initial side would contain negative 2 and negative 5. So we have here negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is our point, negative 2 and negative 5. This would contain, or be contained rather, on the initial side of our angle. So this is actually our, this is done. Okay, this is our initial side. The terminal side would be dependent on the angle itself. Take note that the angle is actually 120 degrees. It's positive 120 degrees. So it's actually the movement on counterclockwise in this direction until you reach 120 degrees. It would end at the terminal side where our image is located. So in this case, we need to identify first the the image using this formula. We have the formula for the rotation of your theta be equal to cosine of theta, sine of theta, negative sine of theta, and cosine of theta. Okay, this is actually to be multiplied with the components of your x. It would be either x sub 1, x sub 2, or simply x and y. So our x here is actually negative 2 and negative 5 on our terminal side, initial side, and we're going to determine the terminal side at 120 degree rotation. Okay, so we will have here the formula is identified in this manner. You have cosine of 120 degrees, sine of 120 degrees, negative sine of 120 degrees, and cosine of 120 degrees to be multiplied with negative 2 and negative 5. Just a rough estimate, we would be expecting that probably our image is at the first or fourth quadrant. So we are expecting x to be positive and y could be either positive or negative. But in this case, I believe it's positive because it needs to be 120 degrees, and this is just 90. Okay, this is less than 30, this one here. So we're expecting the terminal side to be really on the first quadrant. Anyway, so let's continue here. So cosine of 120 degrees, so 120 degrees on the original unit circle is actually somewhere here. So you just need to really look into that concept. So simply try to look for the cosine 120 degrees. So that's actually, if I'm correct, that's 2 pi over 3. So the cosine is negative 1/2. The sine is square root of 3 over 2. You have here negative of square root of 3 over 2 because that's the sine of 120 degrees. And you have here negative 1/2 for the cosine 120 degrees to be multiplied with negative 2 and negative 5. Take note that if you're going to multiply two different matrices, by the way, the product of it is defined. It's 2 by 2 times 2 by 1. So we are expecting a 2 by 1 result, okay, which corresponds to a matrix form of any point. So in this case, you will have here negative 1/2 times negative 2 plus negative square root of 3 over 2 times negative 5. That's for the first component. Second component, square root of 3 over 2 times negative 2 plus negative 1/2 times negative 5. Okay. Just for the purpose of simplifying this, I'm not going to simplify the 2 here because later on it can be added with the other term. So you will have here positive 2 over 2 or just equal to 1. Again, I'm not going to simplify that at the moment. So you will have here plus positive 5 square root of 3 over 2. Okay. Next, you will have here negative 2 square root of 3 over 2, and you will have here plus positive 5 halves. Just by combining them into one expression, you will have 2 plus 5 square root of 3 all over 2, and you have negative 2 square root of 3 plus 5 all over 2. In a point, it is actually the rotation of our point x. It could be written in this manner: 2 plus 5 square root of 3 over 2, and you have here negative 2 square root of 3 plus 5 all over 2. This is now the rotation of the point for about 120 degrees with the use of the origin. Okay, so let's have here that in our Cartesian plane. Of course, if you would like to really show that in the Cartesian plane, let's try to come up with its approximation, because we have here radical expressions. So you can have 2, you can use your calculators there, plus square root of 5, divide by 2, so you will have approximately 5.33. As for the second one, negative 2 square root of 3, you will have to add by 5, then divide by 2, you will have approximately 0.77. So as you can see, it's really a point in the first quadrant as expected. And if you're going to plot that, 5.33 is somewhere here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1/3. And you will have here 0.77, almost 1. But it's not 1, right? Almost 1, somewhere here. So the point, its rotation is somewhere here. And that's actually where our terminal side will be located. In short, the graph earlier is over. I mean, it's too much. So let me redo that one. This angle here, this one, okay, is 120 degrees. So this time, we're able to simplify or find the image of the given point under the given rotation. Okay, this is the process for that. Thank you very much for watching.